What happens when a gold digger uses an overweight man just for dinner? Watch till the end because the twist will shock you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful life lesson from this channel. A man named Daniel, kind-hearted but overweight and often overlooked by society, walked nervously into a fancy restaurant where he was supposed to meet Monica, a beautiful woman he had been chatting with online for weeks, and he thought maybe, just maybe, this was his chance at real love. But little did he know Monica had a hidden plan of her own. Because while Daniel was excited about connection, Monica was only excited about the 5-star meals, expensive wine, and the social media clout of being seen at high-end restaurants. And as soon as she arrived, dressed in glamorous clothes and acting sweet, Daniel felt butterflies in his stomach and treated her like a queen, ordering everything she wanted even though deep down he noticed she wasn't asking anything about him. Only about what else she could get from the menu. But Daniel pushed those doubts aside because he was used to being ignored, and this attention, even fake as it was, felt better than loneliness. Yet Monica on the other hand was texting her friends under the table, laughing about how easy this guy was, bragging that she was going to get 3 meals out of him before blocking his number. But Daniel, being kind and genuinely interested, asked her questions about her dreams, about what made her happy. And while Monica gave vague answers, she kept steering the conversation back to herself, and each time the bill came, she let him pay without even a thank you, then excused herself quickly afterward, pretending she was late for something, and Daniel, though hurt, convinced himself maybe she was just busy, but the truth was Monica was already planning the next free dinner. So by the third date Daniel began to notice the pattern. She never let him finish a sentence about his life, never touched him affectionately, and never once offered to contribute. So finally on that night when Monica ordered the most expensive dishes again and even called the waiter back twice to add lobster and champagne she barely touched, Daniel made a quiet decision to play along because deep inside he knew he deserved more than being someone's wallet. But instead of confronting her immediately, he smiled warmly and let her believe everything was under control, and Monica leaned back smugly, whispering to her friend on the phone that she was going to ditch this fatty after dessert. But she didn't realize Daniel had overheard and that he had a plan. When the bill came, Daniel excused himself politely, saying he had to step outside for a call, and Monica, assuming he was paying at the counter, just kept eating. But then 10 minutes passed, then 20, and Monica started to realize Daniel hadn't come back, so she asked the waiter about the bill only to find out it hadn't been paid, and suddenly the weight of her gold-digging plan collapsed because the manager explained if she didn't settle it, the police would be called, and Monica, panicking, tried calling Daniel, but his number was suddenly disconnected, and she was forced to pull out her own credit card to cover the massive tab of luxury food she barely touched, which embarrassed her in front of the entire staff, and by the time she left the restaurant humiliated, her friends weren't replying to her texts anymore either, because Daniel had exposed her by forwarding screenshots of her mocking messages to them before deleting his number, and they realized she was only using people, so she was left utterly alone, while Daniel walked away calmly, not with bitterness but with dignity. Because he knew his worth and that real love doesn't come from shallow people who only care about looks or money. And a week later, in a small unexpected twist of fate, Daniel met Emily, a kind-hearted woman volunteering at the local community center, someone who genuinely listened to him, laughed with him, and didn't care about his weight or wallet. And for the first time in a long time, Daniel felt what true love could be, proving that when you value yourself enough to walk away from users, life will reward you with the people who deserve your heart. And as for Monica, she kept chasing free meals until nobody wanted her around anymore, learning the painful lesson that greed and shallowness always come back to haunt you, while Daniel and Emily built something real based on respect, kindness, and authenticity, showing us that you should never judge someone by appearances, because the person you mock today might be the very person who teaches you the biggest lesson of your life. So remember, in the end, love isn't about what's on your plate, it's about what's in your heart. If you agree with this lesson, smash that like button, share this story with someone who needs it, and subscribe right now so you never miss another powerful life-changing video on this channel.